Hello and welcome to the Cyber1 YouTube channel. My name is Ray, and in this video we're going to talk network cables, more specifically the 10100, but what we're going to do is install a network cable into Fred's head. Because the space where I need to run the cable down is rather tight, I'm going to have to run just the wire, no plug. And I've got this 2 meter long network cable where the little clips on the ends have broken off, so this will be good for a demonstration as I cut the ends off and fit a new one. Now, before I get too far into it, let's talk about the actual conductors. This one's a Cat5 cable. Cat6 has different twists to it and is generally shielded, but not always. So the network cable can come as unshielded twisted pair or shielded twisted pair, so UTP or STP. This one's a UTP, unshielded twisted pair, and they come with two different configurations in the plugs. Now, it's not a major concern as long as the configurations are the same at both ends. If you're connecting, say, two Raspberry Pis together with no network switch, then you need to have a crossover type, and there will be a difference between the two ends. And we'll get into that when we're actually fitting off. 10 megahertz, 100 megahertz, or 10 megabit or 100 megabit transfer rate cables actually only use 2 pairs out of the 4. But the gigabit connections actually use all 8 wires. So let's cut this strip one back and we'll have a look at the wires. Okay, so we have 4 pairs. Each pair actually has a different rate of twists in the wire, and you can actually see a major difference between the brown and the green, where the number of twists occur. And that's to stop the wires getting too much into parallel and doing a parallel transfer. Having the different twists means that different parts of them will be in contact with the other cable or other pairs in the same cable at different points and tend to cancel out. In this case, there are 2 ways of wiring. As I said before, one's for, you've got to know them both for the crossover and the straight through. But all these wires are also considered to be numbered. Numbered pairs. So in this case, blue is the first pair, orange is the second pair, green is the third pair, and brown is the 4th pair. So let's have a look at the way we set these up. Now, in our plug, our first pair are going to be on the middle 2 pins. So they're going to be in the middle. We're going to have the orange ones on either side, and we'll have the brown on one side and the green on the other. Now, typically we start with, and I believe this is the B-type connection, we'll start with the white and green, or the green with the white trace. Then we'll go with the white and orange, the blue and white, the orange, the brown and white, and the brown. Now, one of the things that you may have noted is that the wire with the white trace is alternate to a wire with a solid colour. If you don't have it that way, you've made an error already. Now, when you're making the other type of cable or other type of connection for the crossover type, you swap the orange and the green wires around. Now incidentally, when you're running a 10100 type cable, only the orange and green wires are in use. All the others are not in use. Now this is a crimper I've had for nearly 20 years. And what we're going to do is trim all the wires to be the same length. When we're putting the plug on the end, we want to make sure all the conductors go right to the end. And using our crimper, crimp it down nice and tight. And that's that end done. And it's wide different to the other one. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do in the robot. So I'm just going to refocus the camera. Okay, so with this it'll be plugged into here, and we need to run the wire or the cable down through the center. So to do that, I'm going to lift the head up. Turn this around this way, you can see a little bit of what I'm doing. Okay, so this is the network switch I'm planning on using. It's a little 10100 5V. I'm just going to mount it over here. And then all of my network cables can plug into that. So that means I only need about this much length in my cable. Okay, once you've made a new network cable, always pays to test it. And this one passes okay. Good, the cover will still fit on. And I'll stick that in there. Okay, so that's our first network cable installed into Fred. The next one, when I make it up, will go into the back of this and connect into there. A couple of notes you should know about the network cables that I have already mentioned. Two of the pairs are used for the 10100 networks. If you're running gigabit, it does use all 4 pairs. 2 out of 4 pairs are used for Power over Ethernet, and there are 2 types. Type A uses the pair that's carrying the data, and Type B uses the alternate pair. Well, that'll do for this video. If you like these videos, don't forget to click on like, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Consider joining us on the Discord server, link in the description, or consider joining me in Patreon, again link in the description. And we'll see you in the next video.